Sometimes us being mere mortals, we have a tendency to kind of overthink situations, which then ends up coming into worry. And we always, most of the time, think of the worst case scenario, which God doesn't want us to do that, because once you get in that spiral, it's hard to climb out that spiral. Obviously there's other issues that people have, like medically and stuff like that, so I'm not necessarily going to focus on that situation as such, because I am not a doctor, but I'm going to focus on sometimes everyday situations where we may decide that we're thinking logically of why we shouldn't do this action or why we should do this or that. And don't get me wrong, sometimes it's okay to kind of think of the cons and the pros of something, especially if it's something that's dangerous. Like, for example, it's okay to be cautious of other things, but sometimes our brain can be overly cautious over things that aren't even, that aren't even gonna hurt us, but our brain will come up with all these things that why we shouldn't do something, that be like our kind of be our weaknesses, or we're not good enough, or that sort of thing, all sorts of things that kind of rattle around in our brains. But as I say, God tells us not to kind of battle with these on their own. So in Philippians chapter 4, and I'm going to read from verse 6, and it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." So this is a call for us to actually pray and actually bring all our worries to God, because when we do that, He's there to comfort us and to give us guidance. And when we try and work things out on our own, or try to kind of come up with these scenarios and all this in our head, sometimes we can really be drowned. We could be really bogged down by our own thoughts and our own worries. And as I said, it can completely just spiral. Whereas if we bring these to God, God will comfort us and tell us that it's okay, or tell us that maybe we shouldn't be doing it, or telling us actually you are good enough to do this, or whatever the situation is. Because sometimes, I don't know about you, I still struggle with this. Sometimes I'll just worry and worry and worry, and then I decide, oh wait a minute, why am I worrying about this? I can just go to God. And I have this recent situation where I'm doing a health and social course, and for one of the new TMAs, I was really struggling to what to write for this essay, and I was just concentrating on the amount of words that I had to get. I was like, I can't do this, that sort of thing. And then I sat to myself and realised, why am I like, I can just pray to God. I can just ask God, I pray to God and ask Him for guidance. And when I went and prayed and everything, I felt that comfort of God. And when I came to do, this essay, I felt that it was a lot easier, and I felt that God was helping guide me what words to put and everything like that. So sometimes it can be where we just worry and then realize actually we should go to God for guidance, because He's give us guidance. But the idea is to go to Him all the time, say to Him all the time, so then you don't have to have this enormous kind of this tornado of thoughts going around in your head and trying to deal it with yourself. Whereas just go to God and He will sort things out. He will comfort you, whatever worries, He will guide you, that sort of thing. All you have to do is go to Him and literally just ask Him. Don't wait for the tornadoes and then realize. But sometimes, as I said, in that situation, sometimes I completely forget anything. I'll just give it to God. And it's a lot easier. But to get in the habit to do that all the time, it's so much beneficial for you and for your clear state of mind. And you will actually get results as well when you actually go to your Father, opposed to trying to kind of deal it with your own thoughts. And your own thoughts can literally just completely destroy you, like literally destroy and literally cripple you. And not even that, not even just going for guidance for God, but also asking friends for guidance as well, who are, you know, brothers and sisters in Christ, asking them for guidance as well, is a good thing as well. But as I said, in this it's telling you, go to the Father. Don't be anxious about anything. Go to your Father with all the issues that you're dealing with, and He will help